to survive living with a narcissist, if you must. Today at queenbeing.com. My name is Angela Atkinson. I'm a certified life coach, an author, and a survivor of narcissistic abuse in relationships. You can find out more about me at angelaatkinson.com or on my blog at queenbeing.com or at booksangieWrote.com. How do you deal with someone who is giving you the silent treatment? Someone who will coexist with you in the same house while literally ignoring you all the time. Believe it or not, this is just one of the many signs of gaslighting and emotional abuse you'll notice if you're in a toxic relationship with an abusive narcissist. And in the case of a covert narcissist, you might often find yourself getting the old silent treatment. You know, the discard phase. The first thing you need to do is educate yourself about the situation. I always say that knowledge is power, and the first fact you need to know about this issue is exactly why narcissists give you the silent treatment in the first place. See, whether they recognize it consciously or not, narcissists are sort of wired to push your buttons in order to get what they want. You might be surprised, and you might wonder, which button are they trying to push that when they just go silent, right? I mean, you'd be surprised to find out that it's really not about making you crazy or lack of communication or pure boredom. Rather, it's about playing on your worst fears. And I'm betting one of your worst fears is the fear of being alone in the world with no one to help or support you or to just be there for you. Am I right? And I'm guessing that if you're currently involved or were previously involved with a narcissist, you're thinking of all kinds of little things the narcissist did in order to play on your fears right about now. Am I right? So by verbally and emotionally cutting you off, the narcissist offers you a taste of what life might be like without his, godlike, awesome, charming self. Did you detect that bit of sarcasm there? So that's why the narcissist ignores you. That's why. That's the why. He ignores you, he belittles you, he devalues you, because it plays on your fear of being alone. It is his hope that in enacting this silent narcissistic rage against you, he will force you into submission and into being the good little narcissistic supply that he needs. Plus, the silent treatment works particularly well on sensitive, empathic people who are often quite attractive to narcissists because we are wired to respond to and attempt to soothe the emotions of people around us, especially when we love them. Do you feel me? Okay, so how do you deal with this behavior without completely losing your mind? If you're staying in the relationship because you have no choice, you can play the game, but in the end, the best option is to leave and move forward. With that being said, sometimes we all know that it's easier said than done, and we all have our reasons for the choices that we make and for the reason, our own whys, why we don't just leave if it's so bad already, So as always, I just want to start off by saying that if you are being physically abused, none of the following information is relevant. I want you to go ahead and get help right now. Head over to queenbeing.com and check out our domestic violence resource page. It will offer you all kinds of help and assistance that is going to really benefit you right now. So stop watching and start packing, sister. All right, for those of us who are still here, let's move on. If you're still getting the silent treatment again, which is, of course, a lovely part of the discard phase that everyone who's ever been in a narcissist path can recall, well, maybe you've been accused of being selfish or of ignoring the narcissist's emotional or physical needs, or of being dishonest, or being arrogant, or lazy, or, any number of other insulting descriptives, right? So for the record, what's really happening here, most of the time anyway, is that the narcissist is projecting. He is projecting his own inadequacy into or onto you as his victim. So as usual, it is all about the narcissist and not really about you at all. And let me just pause here for a moment and say that even though I do often refer to the narcissist in the male form, the narcissist is quite often female, almost as often as male. The reason I typically use the masculine form is that most of my readers do happen to be female, and since statistically narcissists are, they're more statistically often male, just slightly, but still. All right, moving on. Assuming that you're going to play the game, this is what you need to do to cope with the silent treatment when you live in the same home with the narcissist. The next time that you're confronted with the icy, hateful, silent treatment for yet another perceived infraction, I want you to come back here and I want you to watch this video one more time. I want you to remember that this is a game of control. The narcissist believes he can control you with his lack of communication and his lack of concern. The only way you can take back the power here is to absolutely, positively refuse to respond at all. That means you just go about your normal life as though that guy's not even there. Or you do whatever you would normally do, and you blatantly ignore the behavior of the narcissist, no matter how pissed off he gets. That also means that you do not send him texts trying to reason with him. You do not beg him to understand, because I promise you he will not. That means you do not post whiny crap on your Facebook page for all to see. All right? You know who I'm talking about. The people that go and they post all of these poor, sad me things. And, a real man does this and a real man does that. When you start posting that stuff, that is something that is really putting the energy out there for you. So if you're going to post crap on Facebook, post crap that is what you want and not what you don't want. Do not allow the narcissist to know that he is affecting you in any way at all. Why? Because it's a reward. So don't give him what he wants when he behaves this way. When the narcissist finally realizes that he's not really breaking your heart, he's going to try something new. And while this obviously does not solve your current narcissist problem, it will solve the problem of the silent treatment. At least it'll stop him from enacting it for very long anyway. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had to deal with a narcissist silent treatment of your own? What did you do to cope? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section and let's talk about it. You never know who you could help. One more thing. If you're fearful and you're struggling, I want you to get over your fears and I want you to get on with your life. That's why I created the 5-day fear-busting e-course called that you can sign up for at narcissismsupportcoach.com. You can also get that at queenbeing.com under the Start Living Again tab. My name is Angela Atkinson. I'm a certified life coach and author and a survivor of narcissistic abuse. Thanks for listening today. You can learn more about me at my blog, queenbeing.com. You can buy my books at booksangieWrote.com. And don't forget, you can pick up that free e-course and or personal coaching at narcissismsupportcoach.com. See you next time.